it doesn't matter what goes wrong. Take those challenges and then flip them to work for you. Let every problem that is frustrating to you, let that become like an opportunity for you to come back harder, but choose your battle. Let your failures drive your success and then channel it to something really, really positive. Instead of me just venting about it, I'm gonna do something about it. Let those setbacks turn into something big. It could be family, it could be health, whatever it is, like turn it around. Be resilient, like be psychologically flexible, be ready to accept failure constantly and not be disappointed, and then bounce back stronger. And then that makes you massively successful. Look at it like this. Look at it like a pendulum, okay? Your motivation and your success, look at it like a pendulum. Failure, 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 this pendulum swinging. Failure, 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 this is my life. Failure, failure. And it all of a sudden springs forward and it's like a pendulum. Know that every time you fail, you're getting a little bit closer to massive success. You guys have a lot of latitude in your jobs, which some people can't handle. It could drive you crazy to have latitude, especially if you're in the BCBA role. The latitude and like the ambiguity of the job can make you insane because every day is not the same and every day is massively different. Some people thrive on that. Other people need rigid. Like they need things to be rigidly the same, and BCBAs typically are very freaking rigid. So all I'm saying is be ready all the time to be really, really flexible. And number one, that makes your anxiety lower. Your flexibility, your day having some flexibility in it and being able to choose a new case or start to phase off of one, or knowing that you can create your day where you can make a call. Just know that all these choices you have and the latitude that you start getting, the more leadership responsibility you have, results in a lot of chaos. So it depends on how you handle it. So you could be literally hijacked. You could be easily hijacked from your intention that day because of all the things, the distractions. So my point of it is to not get productivity hijacked for your day. Whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, write the shit down that you're trying to accomplish that day. And every time people distract you from it because you're gonna handle something, go back to that checklist, and I guarantee you'll be successful. But it's all about what you choose, because you're gonna see the more responsibility you have as a leader, the more people that you're providing guidance to, the more money you make, the more lives that you impact, the more decisions you have to make all day. And as a result of that, you'll forget what your damn goal was for the day. Like the one thing that you needed to do, you won't get done. So my point for telling you this is like, it's really a big factor. Have the 2 or 3 things written down, either in your task list on your phone, and friggin' remind yourself so you're not hijacked. That makes sense? Because the job is hard, man. And the more you become successful and the more that you lead people and the more lives that you impact, you'll have more and more hijack moments, because people will be coming to you with emergencies. So Matt's gonna call me probably with 2 or 3 major things tonight, but that's not gonna hijack me from my daughter. You know what I mean? Or shit that has to get done. It might move things around for my day. The phone will ring and something more of a higher priority at the moment will get in the way of what you set out to do that day. But the longer you put that thing off that you have to accomplish, the more it becomes an emergency down the road. Stephen Covey wrote a book years ago called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. He talked about quadrants of the things that are important for productivity. Health, for example. I mean, me not exercising today or tomorrow, that's not going to be life-threatening. But me not exercising ever and letting time go on further and further, it is going to be life-threatening at my age. Chip away at things every single day and then it doesn't build up, because it'll be a big fire later. I like to think of an analogy of being like water. Like water takes the path of least resistance and it ebbs and flows and it's flexible. But over years and years of time, the water wears rock away. You know what I mean? I mean, water running will wear away rock. So like if you're consistent, everything's about consistency and ebbing and flowing and being flexible with your actions day to day, you'll be malleable enough to respond to anything. And BCBAs notoriously are inflexible. This is why I would encourage you guys to study the ACT literature, acceptance and commitment therapy. The more you can be flexible and respond to things, the more successful you'll be and the less anxiety you'll have. I really feel like if you keep setting small goals and accomplishing them and not letting distractors get in the way of hijacking you, you'll get this momentum and you'll get intense focus and you'll accomplish those things. It's not even the accomplishment of the goal because you'll have according to the behavioral science literature, you'll have a post-reinforcement pause. You hit your goal, you get whatever reinforcement it was, whether it was artificial or it was natural, whatever, then if you don't set the next goal, you're gonna have trouble because you'll have a post-reinforcement pause and you'll stop. And just know that it's really all about the constant journey that matters. There's no like finite end to it, because you can accrue massive wealth or massive like health and your family it could be healthy and you're striving for all these things, but it literally is, there's no end game in sight. I'm serious, like there's not an end game, trust me, I'm sure of it, because you could accumulate millions of dollars, or you could have a ton of like great interactions with your family and the people you care about the most, and then it could just be gone the next day. It's about the journey every day and like kind of resetting yourself and disciplining yourself and then being ready for constant changes. Just don't think that there's an end game. Like I've seen people, like I don't know what it is, they get their BCBA, like that's their end game, and they check out. Set your goal, celebrate it, and then be ready to recalibrate and set the next one and be flexible.